A YouTube channel is hacked. What are you gonna do now? Well, what should you have done in the first place? Let's talk about another sad case of a well-established YouTuber having his channel hijacked and ultimately deleted. There's a lesson in it for everybody, and we're going to do a little bit of fact checking too. So welcome in, everybody. And a very good morning to you. And if you're not subscribed, it's a good time to subscribe and hit that bell for all notifications. Lots of good stuff is going on. Vintage audio. We have crabbing been added to the repertoire out on the Pacific coast, as well as metal detecting and a lot of baking, demonstration, cooking, and live streams. I would love you to be a part of it. Take a second to hit that subscribe button and that bell for all notifications and join the crew. Well, some years ago, a good friend of mine, RV Deb, some of you may know her, her channel was hijacked by, I don't know exactly how they got into it, but it was hijacked, and all of a sudden there were videos showing up on her channel that were Dr. Pimple Popper videos, and she had no way to really work with YouTube, and it was a really extremely painful process for her to go through. And at that time, you know, two-step verification was available, and she admitted, she's a truth teller. She said, I didn't have two-step verification. And two-step verification is essential. So today there's news of another YouTuber. I used to be subscribed to the person, but I'd ordered an ebook and never received it, so I just got kind of turned off. I also got turned off by all the prospects of off-grid living and living in an RV and depending on people for donations, and then doing lots of product reviews and receiving products and all of that, and pimping those products on YouTube. And it just, you know, it loses its authenticity to it. Okay, people tune in to see how you're going to survive in this crap hole out in the middle of nowhere, and they don't want to be distracted with promotional products and all of that kind of stuff. Well, I'm just telling it like it is out here. But the individual claims that they received an offer from GoPro to promote GoPro and get some cash and get a new GoPro. Well, anybody knows GoPro doesn't do anything promotional stuff with anybody out there, right? And I'm quite sure this individual didn't click on the Gmail to see where the email originated from, because this particular person's used to getting so many freebies and assumes everything's on the up and up, right? Well, that is not always the case. But two-step verification, although he denies it, you know, although he says he had two-step verification, it's virtually impossible unless you're the highest level of hacking, which wouldn't waste time on a YouTube channel. It would waste time trying to get into Wells Fargo or Bank of America, the Treasury Department, things like that. They're not going to waste their time with super sophisticated hacking methods on YouTube channels. So I'm quite sure this individual did not have two-step verification. So what is two-step verification, and how does it work? Let's suppose that somehow or another somebody's able to get your information, your log information on YouTube, your username and your password. And maybe they're in Bulgaria, maybe they're down the street, maybe they're on the other coast of the United States. As soon as they go to try to, if you have two-step verification set up on Google, as soon as they try to log in, you are instantly going to be alerted on your phone with a pop-up message that says, is this you trying to log in? And you press yes or no. So it's always going to pop up no matter where that person is attempting to log in, all over the world. Two-step means that they are going to send a message to your phone or your computer asking you immediately, is this, we just had somebody logging in from Zimbabwe, is this you? and you press no, and that person is effectively locked out of getting into your channel. If you press yes, well, your channel is probably at that point fully hijacked. So the two-step verification is excellent. It's like the gold standard in protection, because that additional level of you having that phone in your hand and clicking yes or no is your ultimate protection against somebody hacking into your channel. Most likely what happened was that it came through, and without the two-step verification, the fake GoPro site would have sent a Gmail and said, okay, we want to send you the money, we want to send you this and that. What's your username on YouTube, and some additional things to authenticate. We need you to go onto DocuSign and put your information into DocuSign so it's legally. Well, they're going to get all kinds of things like social security number and all of that kind of stuff. You think you're signing a legal site thing. And again, people don't look at the address that the Gmail comes from, right? It's going to be BG for Bulgaria, PL for Poland, and all these extensions like Korea and all of these places. That should instantly alert you that this scam is afoot on that. So with all that information turned over, it was a relatively easy matter to hack the channel because there was no two-step verification on the channel. Otherwise, it's virtually impossible to get into it. Let's look at what Hershey sent me. I use the term Hershey's in quotation. Now, why somebody overseas would want to call themselves a marketing manager and from overseas want me to promote Hershey products? Right now, if you were not aware, you would not look at where the Gmail came from, the full address, and you would have thought to yourself, man, this is great. You know, I love Hershey bars, full disclosure, I do. I love Hershey chocolate. And you're on your way, right? Just click on this, and as soon as you click on that, they put the bot in there to automatically grab all your information, all of your login data, everything, your password, and all that stuff is revealed to them. The only thing that would save you at that point is two-step verification. So what do they count on? They count on you not having two-step verification. So look at this below this. We can see, hey, we want you to promote Hershey's, blah, blah. Yeah, I'm excited, okay. But you look at the letter itself, there's misspellings in the letter. And I can tell you, might not be as good as it used to be, but anything from a marketing department is going to go through a spell check, okay? That's number one. And you click up above and you see that return address, and it's someplace over, and you look up that extension at the end, and it's someplace in Korea, okay? It might be Kim Jong-un's, right? Who knows? But right away, you have multiple alerts. Right, you have multiple alerts, and you know that the whole thing is a scam, and you just ignore it. You put it in the spam folder, and a lot of stuff just eventually goes into spam because YouTube is learning, and Google is learning as they go along what's spam, and it keeps it away from you in your general mailbox. Respect that, okay? Sometimes the stuff gets through, and sometimes I'm curious. I want to see what scamming country this, what scammer, where is this guy located? And I might just look at the return Gmail address. Don't ever click on a link of any kind. Your bank, your gas and electric will never send you requests for your personal information. They're not going to talk about your accounts online. They may send you, like PG&E sends me, well, your electric use was about the same this month as last month, okay? But they're not going to sit there and ask me, well, put in your account information, your social security number, so that we can talk. Just don't click on anything. And the other main takeaway of all is we get older in life, and if you get knocked out of the YouTube game or you get knocked out of the influencer game, it's exceedingly hard for you to establish and get back on the steps of financial survival. Okay, so that's another thing that bodes very well. Don't live on the fat of the land and depend on people to send free products for you to review, or depend on people to have hit your GoFundMe's or members only chats and dunning people for money when you should be out there building a career and building some type of job security and all that. That, of course, is the ultimate defensive against getting hacked, but it's not going to destroy your lifestyle. Very, very critical. Don't fall into the lure of thinking, oh, this is how I'm going to support myself. In 85 days, people on TikTok might find out that it's gone for good and there was nothing that could be done to. So we don't know. But if you built and said, that was my small business, your small business was influencing, okay? I mean, it's all it. If we can build success on influencing and not actually producing something of actual value in the world, well, that's slated for a short run anyway, in my opinion. Get a job, get to work. Stop living these fantasy lives of being off grid and putting yourself out on some cheap piece of land that's untenable unless water is shipped in, and you're trying to generate your own electricity. The wind is blowing. It's just a mess. Okay? It's not something that's good for the long term, and you won't find anybody that pulls it off for the long term either. Okay, so anyway, guys, that's my best advice to protect yourself, and don't let your YouTube channel go down. Don't click on anything. All right, except my videos. All right, thanks, guys. And if you're not subscribed, once again, subscribe and hit that bell for all notifications, and have yourselves a super wonderful day. Thanks, everybody.